Raised. They're off over almost 2.5 miles in the second grade one. The bar one racing Drinmore Novice Chase. An early test for our top novices. 14 fences to jump. And it is Shadow Rider who's taking them onto the first with Elbada jumping up well, followed by Bridge and Mighty Potter. The Devil's Coachman next on the outside of Three Stripe Life. They're tightly grouped, turning into the straight to fences 2 and 3. Little between Shadow Rider and Elbada, followed by an improving Mighty Potter. And then the Devil's Coachman and Bridge and Three Stripe Life and Iniskerry. As they link up with fence number 2. Shadow Rider joined by Mighty Potter, reined back on landing. Then Elbada, Bridge moves up in between horses, followed to fence 3 by the Devil's Coachman, Authorized Art and Three Stripe Life. The grey towards the near side is Gaillard Du Mesnil, a fine third here in last season's Nationals. They come towards the third fence, the last one next time. And it's Elbada over to the far side. In the centre is Shadow Rider. A mistake by Iniskerry, but well picked up by Michael O'Sullivan, who's just had a win to remember. It's Shadow Rider leading Elbada, Mighty Potter and Bridge, 2.5 in front of the Devil's Coachman and Three Stripe Life and Iniskerry. Authorized Dart, Gaillard Du Mesnil, and the back marker is adamantly chosen with the circuit in front of them and 11 fences left to jump. Shadow Rider and Luke Dempsey go along. A 1-length leader from Mighty Potter and Jack Kennedy, 2 lengths to Bridge, J.J. Slevin disputing third with Elbada and Jack Foley, followed by the Devil's Coachman and Simon Torrance as they head on to fence number 4. First of 3 uphill ones away from the stand. Shadow Rider into it from Mighty Potter and Bridge. Elbada next with the Devil's Coachman and Authorized Art and Three Stripe Life, and Iniskerry next with Gaillard Du Mesnil. Adamantly chosen their first stitch, where the leader Shadow Rider hesitated and was joined by Mighty Potter, and then Bridge, the Devil's Coachman, Elbada, Three Stripe Life, Gaillard Du Mesnil, Authorized Dart. Adamantly chosen joins Iniskerry at the back of the field. Last in this row, Shadow Rider. From Mighty Potter, Bridge, a handy running third, and then the Devil's Coachman, Three Stripe Life. Elbada's lost a bit of ground on the inside, then Gaillard Du Mesnil and Authorized Dart. The final couple are Iniskerry and Adamantly Chosen. Up they go to Ballyhag, 8 fences left to jump. Shadow Rider by 2 lengths to Mighty Potter in the red and white, and bungling that, Shadow Rider has been far from clever at the last few fences. They go downhill with 7 left to jump. In the lead is Shadow Rider from Mighty Potter and Bridge, followed by the Devil's Coachman, Three Stripe Life, Elbada, Gaillard Du Mesnil, Authorized Dart, and Three Stripe Life almost went. Davy Russell has lost his irons as Mighty Potter, that one stable companion, joins Shadow Rider. And Davy Russell continues in some difficulty on Three Stripe Life, who's now trailing the field with 7 furlongs to go. And that mistake was race ending. Three Stripe Life is further detached from the main group as Shadow Rider leads Mighty Potter and Bridge next with the Devil's Coachman. On now to the next, which will be 5 fences from the finish. Shadow Rider from Mighty Potter, Bridge. Gaillard Du Mesnil, Shadow Rider, very bad mistake there, and hands a definite lead to Mighty Potter, who goes on by 3 to 4 lengths from Bridge, the Devil's Coachman. Improving steadily is the great Gaillard Du Mesnil, along with Iniskerry and then Authorized Art. Elbada next with Adamantly Chosen, and dropping right back is Shadow Rider. Three Stripe Life has failed to complete the course and taking a stumble on landing Mighty Potter, but survived, heading towards the last half mile. 3 to jump, and out in front is Mighty Potter, leads the Drinmore field from Bridge, Gaillard Du Mesnil. And Mighty Potter was low there, but found a leg at the other side as they run the home turn. 2 left to jump. Mighty Potter leads in Gaillard Du Mesnil, Bridge, the Devil's Coachman. Cutting through the field is Adamantly Chosen on the outside. Then Iniskerry, Elbada, and Authorized Art. The winner will come from this lot as they swing in for the final 2 fences. fences on the left. It's Mighty Potter joined by Gaillard Du Mesnil, who's coming there smoothly. After them, there's a couple of lengths to the Devil's Coachman. Banbridge now being asked. Then Elbad adamantly chosen an authorised art. They head for the final fence and the bar one racing Drinmore. Nothing between Mighty Potter and Gaillard Du Mesnil, and it's Mighty Potter from Gaillard Du Mesnil. The final fence, Mighty Potter over. Jumped it extremely well from Gaillard Du Mesnil and Banbridge, and it's Mighty Potter marching on unbeaten over fences, and the bar one Drinmore wins for Jack Kennedy and Gordon Elliott, whose record in the race is beyond reproach. Second is Gaillard Du Mesnil, a long way clear of Banbridge, authorised art, adamantly chosen, and Elbada is the only other finisher.
It's been quite a day for Gordon Elliott so far. 2 winners on the board, but Gordon, no doubt about the highlight. That performance from Mighty Potter, it was pretty breathtaking, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was good, Gary. Obviously, I like to look at the rerun, and again, when you're watching the couple of horses in the race, it's hard just to go through the whole race, but Jack said he gave him a serious feel. I thought it looked good, yeah.
That win at Down Royal hadn't told us an awful lot, but I gather he'd schooled really well at Navan in the interim. Did that give you a lot of confidence coming here today?
It did. You know, he schooled last Monday morning, and I saw something that I really liked last Monday morning, so I was delighted, yeah.
Three Stripe Life went out of the race before it really began in earnest. I suppose that meant you could focus on one horse. Is he okay?
He came in by us okay. Look, he just galloped into the fence, and Davy very wisely pulled him up. You know, there'll be plenty more days at him, but the winner was good. No taking away from him.
What was going through your mind when Gaillard Du Mesnil loomed up on his outside? Were you confident this horse would find more when he came to him?
I was hoping. You know, you see Willie's looming upside you, it's always a danger. But when I saw Jack sitting back up on him at the back of the second last, I says he's happy. You know what I mean? Because the one thing I'll be always telling Jack is if you're not going well enough, just try and get them off the bridle. You know what I mean? Like, whatever chance you have of beating them. But when I saw him sitting back up, he was obviously very happy.
He showed tremendous scope over so many of his fences and really strong at the finish as well. What's your feeling about the next step for him?
I don't know, to be honest, Gary. We'll enjoy today and see what happens. Look, he's obviously in Leopardstown. You've got Dublin Racing Festival, but I'll have a chat with the whole team and we see what we do.
And what about mentally? Do you feel this horse can sharpen up a good deal more? He still just gives the impression that he's having a look around at times.
He's still a baby. Even coming up to the line, I watched him after the last. He's still having a look around him. He's just got a massive engine, Gary.
Very exciting for the owners. They put together some team of horses, haven't they, Andy and Gemma Brown?
In fairness, Andy and Gemma, like, they invested very strongly over the last two or 3 years. Bought an awful lot of young horses. They have a lot of good horses. But we've got a lot of slow ones as well, and they know the game. They know if they're good enough, they're good enough. They're not good enough, we've got to find the next good one. But they've invested massively, and you know, I'm very lucky to have them.
As I say, that was the double on the card. Punitive one day at Porterstown. Shades of last year with Smoking Gun coming on after falling in the Troytown early on. He's turned into some bargain, that horse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable. You know, I think he has 6 or 7 grand we gave for him, so he's great fun for Pioneer Racing. They're big supporters of Colour and Tra, but yeah, it seems to be a lucky thing if they go down early in Navan and bring them on here for the Porterstown. But yeah, no, it's a great race, and it's one of the oldest races in Fairyhouse, so it's nice to win it.
And a big run from Fakira in second as well.
Yeah.
It's been a super weekend for you all told. I know winning that bumper yesterday, your Uncle Willie's memorial race, meant an awful lot to you too,
didn't it?
That
was very special. All my family were here yesterday, my brothers and sisters and mother and father, and that was nice. Aunties and uncles and friends from Summerhill and friends of Willie's, and it was great. You know, there was over 50 of them who came here yesterday, and that meant a lot. We're trying to win it for a couple of races, but it's always the way the race you want to win, you can't win.
And you do have a few chances left of adding to your tally. You've got the unenviable task of trying to get the better honeysuckle with Tiupo here. How's he going? He missed an engagement recently, didn't he?
Yeah, the ground was a little bit quick, so we didn't run him. He's in good form, Gary. Obviously, he was disappointing in good ground at the back end of last year. He liked the softer ground, but look, honeysuckle, she's just something special. You know, I can't see her bet. If I don't beat her, I'll be very disappointed if she does get bet. And even if I do, I'll probably be a little bit disappointed. You know, she's something special for Henry and his whole team, and Kenny Alexander and his whole team. It'd be great if she could go out unbeaten.
Well said. And just finally, give us a thought on your runners in the handicap hurdle and the bumper.
The 2 in the handicap hurdle will come on from the run. There'll be a lot of improvement in today. Just giving them a run to bring them on and for the owners of the day out. Bumper horse is very nice, but the talk of Willie's, they're talking about Cheltenham bumpers, there's a lot of hype about them. We might as well not run if you listen to all the talk, but I'm never afraid of a battle, Gary.
I'm sure you're not. Well done here. Thanks, Gordon. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Racing TV's YouTube channel now to watch more great races like this.